Hello and welcome to Alive here on Love 101 FM. I am Daniel Blake. Thank you so much for joining us for yet another day, Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Filling in for Sarah and this week, and I am truly honored and privileged to be in this position. So just bear with me as we have a great time this Friday afternoon. We have so much to get through, and we know that you're going to enjoy it. And you can enjoy it on YouTube and Facebook, where we're live right now. So, YouTube and Facebook family, check in. We're live on Love 101 FM's pages. But remember, you can also listen through the app online, or if you as usual, want to do it on radio from 101.1 all the way to 101.9, depending on where you are in the country. So today on Alive, we have yet another great show. So in a short while, you'll hear highlights from the news. Then we'll hear some good music. Then at 1:45, the thing that you always want, mental exercise. That's right, mental exercise. So on a drink up on a protein shakes and water, whatever on the need. Let's see if you can get the mental size right today. Then at 2 p.m. we'll have our prayer blast with Pastor Marsha Richards of the Redemption Deliverance Ministries. And then at 2:15 we'll hear from St. Vincent born Elvis Douglas. In our music feature, he'll be sharing his new single, Been There, Done That. So we can't wait to be there and do that. Then, we keep on the music going. And then at 3, we'll have the Alive highlights, where we continue to talk with Pastor Debbie Stedman. And this time she's coming back to talk about her being a gospel recording artist. So we'll hear her experience and everything like that. Then 3:45, you have the birthday and anniversary greetings. Too much people born September, but that when 3:45 come, we'll talk about that. And then at 4 p.m., get your kids ready. Small People with Auntie Colleen will be on. Then we'll have more music, and then, as you know, we end at 5, and then we move on to Engage. All right, so please stay with us here on Alive. We're going to have a great time. All right, so let's get into the news, right? So almost a 50% jump in teacher resignations since July. 50%. So let me read that for you. Some 248 public school teachers have resigned their posts since July, and a 50% increase over the figure that Education Minister Favour Williams gave for the period a week ago. Minister Williams gave the updated statistics in a back-to-school press briefing yesterday. On August 22, she said 167 educators had given up their jobs, although it is unclear how many have left for lucrative teaching jobs overseas. Teaching migration has emerged as a major contentious issue over the summer, with many principals publicly expressing concerns about how they'll manage when students return for the new school year beginning on Monday. Williams today said several of the vacancies have been filled. When you can imagine that, 50%. But you have to understand, because our teachers are very underpaid. Let's call it as it is. Unless you work in a private school, and even some of the private school teachers will tell you that they aren't paid enough. 50%, that is really harsh. But then we have people telling them that they should invest in portfolios and those things to make life better for themselves, rather than to pay them more, increase the minimum wage. So at nights, in the morning, in your afternoons, whenever you can, pray for our teachers, because it's not easy at all. All right, so the Energy Minister, Darrell Vaz, is blasting the Jamaica Public Service Company, JPS, for its handling of long-standing customer satisfaction issues. A media release from his ministry on Friday also pointed out to the recent almost 1% rate increase granted to the company by the Office of the Utilities Regulation, OUR. It said while VAS understands that the OUR is the sole entity empowered by law to grant such increases, the minister feels strongly that the increase should not have been granted at this time, given that JPS has failed to address these long-standing customer service-related issues. The ministry said the issues of contention include lengthy delays in adding new customers to the grid, which now number close to 100,000 residential customers due to a shortage of necessary equipment and parts, and persistent and unscheduled power outages, which we had one earlier today, with the most recent being 2 days ago. Well, I just say earlier today, but before that, it was 2 days ago when 10,000 customers were left without electricity. So, sometimes it's really hard to read stories like these because you can imagine sometimes you go without power for days or hours or whenever it is, and then you just hear say JPS going up them thing by 1%. And then them going to tell you that life isn't hard. We just need to work harder and find better paying jobs and whatever. But, I credit the Energy Minister, Daryl Vaz, for calling them out. And hopefully, he can try and turn things around. We don't often see it, but hey, with God, all things are possible. Speaking of God, we probably will need him very soon because Tropical Storm Daniel strengthened into a hurricane Friday morning, the first of an unusually quiet storm season. The storm is not currently a threat to any land, but the storm's maximum sustained winds were clocked at 75 miles per hour, according to the U.S. National Hurricane Center. The storm is centered around 885 miles west of the Azores and is drifting west about 1 mile per hour. I wonder if I can be a weatherman because I sound really good saying that a while ago. The Hurricane Center said the storm is expected to meander in the Atlantic over the next few days. The tropical storm comes amid what had been a calm hurricane season. It is the first time since 1941 that the Atlantic has gone from July 3 to the end of August with no named storm. By the way, which is a blessing because, from about May or June, you always hear the hurricane alerts and, what you must do during a hurricane, and we haven't had any. So thank God for that. We've had a few showers here and there, but nothing super major where people have lost their homes or their businesses or whatever. So we know September, October can get tricky because, October is a very rainy season. So we just pray that we stay away from the hurricanes or the hurricanes will stay away from us because we can't manage it. And finally, Jehovah's Witnesses have restarted their door-to-door ministry in the U.S. after more than 2.5 years on hiatus due to the coronavirus pandemic, reviving a religious practice that the faith considers crucial and cherished. From coast to coast, members of the Christian denomination fanned out in cities and towns to share literature and converse about God for the first time since March 2020. That's actually very surprising to me because I've had Jehovah's Witnesses come to my house during a hurricane. Anybody have that type of experience? Like you expect like Jehovah's Witnesses to come by at any time, like they have to do their work. So it's actually surprising to me. I don't know if there was a law against it, if they were just being responsible because, as you know, the pandemic was dealing with the US differently. But hey, it's good that they've restarted. Hopefully people will answer their doors because we all see the skits and wherever where people hiding behind them windows when Jehovah's Witnesses come by. So I want to make sure I don't do that, right? Give them the time of day. So I wonder if Jamaica Jehovah Witnesses did stop. Because I know them don't usually stop. But the American ones have, so continue to pray for our brothers and sisters up there. So those were the highlights from the news at this time, Friday, September 2, 2022. We trust that you were informed. So we go to music very shortly, but we want to big up everybody in YouTube and Facebook. Godfrey Walters says, good evening, Godfrey. I don't know where you are, but big up same way. Ricardo Porteous, Colleen Oliphant, Dwayne Tracy, Winsome Campbell, Mary James, Lorna Daly, Kathleen Bacan, Jacqueline Coke, Iona Ashburn, Ricardo Porteous, Nardia, Chubb Checker, Jillian, Cheyenne, Karen Miller, Islan Morrison, Sandra Cameron, Valerie Stewart, Delroy Melvin, Pamela Forbes, Charmaine Allison, Sandra Graham, Ava Young, Elsonia Prendergast, Juliet Campbell, Esther Anglin, Dorrit Hutchinson, Anne-Marie Davidson, Edna Skeen, Alice O'Hara Chisholm, Faye Appleton, Anne-Marie Davidson, Claudette Bell, Jackie Coke, Freddie Bless, Erica Guy, Gregory Diesel, Denzel King, Janet Powell, Shernet Baker, all of you, thank you so much for your warm wishes so far. And yes, Sarah is okay. Don't worry about it. She's more than okay. Trust me. When she come back, she'll tell you all that is. And remember, keep in touch with us on WhatsApp. Winston Plummer from Spanish Town, Rachel Noonan, Nicole, Sister Ruth Wallace, Edna from Mobay, and Ricardo Porteous. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember, our WhatsApp number is 876-997-3125. That's 876-997-3125. So please keep in touch with us. All right, so let's get into some music. Before that, thank you, our friends on YouTube and Facebook, for tuning in. Remember to join us on the app or on the radio or wherever, and we will see you very soon. All right, so let's get into